What if I told you that 2025 was going to be the year that your big idea changes your life forever? The rules of business are being completely rewritten. It is no longer about big budgets and the perfect time to launch. If you've been dreaming of starting something yourself, this is your moment. And I'm going to show you exactly why and how to make it happen today. In this video, I'm going to show you why 2025 is the year to start your own brand. I'm going to share some powerful tools and hacks that you can use right now to immediately get started. And then I'm going to break down the biggest excuses that hold people back and teach you how to combat these so you can get going with confidence. But let's kick this off with something that's going to help you right now. If you have an idea, you've just launched your brand, or you're looking to scale in 2025, you need to be looking at emerging social platforms. By adopting new platforms ahead of everybody else, you can boost your brand visibility instantly. So what you're going to want to do is reserve your brand name handles on Blue Sky before the big brands get in there and saturate it. Blue Sky is a decentralized social platform, a challenger to X. This is where you want to position yourself as a thought leader. Share your story, share your opinions. By getting in there nice and early and posting at least twice a week, you will start building relevancy and trust on these new emerging platforms before anyone else. So do that today, because 2025 is the year to start your business. Let's take a look at why that is. Well, firstly, consumer trends are shifting in our favor more than ever. More than 60% of millennials and Gen Z say they prefer buying from brands that align with their values. And as a startup, a small brand, or just the genesis of an idea, you have a powerful advantage over others because you already have a story. You already have a reason why and your values. Value-driven brands are going to be even more powerful as we head into 2025. In fact, 73% of Gen Z consumers are willing to pay more for sustainable and purpose-driven products. So this is a year to build your value-driven big idea. And it's not just about that additional revenue. Small brands and startups have another superpower in their arsenal, which is that as value-driven propositions, we are far better positioned to build community. And in 2025, community is going to be the key driver of revenue for small brands. I've done a whole video on this, so head over and check that out. But as we move into the next year, community is going to be a key focus, and you are already one step ahead of the game by just having an idea. So launch it now to make sure that you are connecting with like-minded people that also value the proposition that you're bringing forward. If you haven't yet, do subscribe, because I continue to tell you how to jump on these emerging trends next year to make sure you're driving revenue. And next, as we move into 2025, technology is cheaper and more accessible than ever. You no longer need any budget to build a business. You just need to subscribe. But seriously, when I started out in startups over 16 years ago, just to get to MVP or proof of concept, or see if there was even demand for your product, took thousands of dollars. We didn't have access to the tools and the technology that big businesses did, so everything we were doing was at an expense. Coming off the back of exponential growth in AI and technology, we now have democratized access to incredible tools that position us to be able to launch our business. I'm talking Canva, I'm talking CapCut, I'm talking using AI as active assistant and your additional employee, so you don't have to pay for someone to do some of the work that you physically can't do yourself. There has never been a better time to jump on this trend of accessibility to technology and build your idea from the ground up. And if you want to know how, subscribe now and check out my video on how to utilize AI right now for free in order to build yourself your brand. And the third shift, if you haven't already been convinced to start your brand, is that the creator economy is exploding. More than 50 million people worldwide consider themselves creators. And this market is expected to grow into a $500 billion industry. If you have an idea that's creator-led, if you have a passion to get your story out there, if you feel your purpose in life is to make content other people interact with, now is the time. We have never been more set up for success. If your idea is a product or a service, you can also utilize this huge trend to your advantage by hacking your way to work with this new burgeoning industry of creators. If you have a product idea to launch in 2025, you can make your MVPs quickly with the use of technology or cheaper ways to build your product, and use this hack to break into the creator economy. Most people shy away from creators and influencers if they were a small brand or a startup because they are expensive, and there is a reason. I'm all for paying dues. However, if you have an idea that solves a problem, there will be somebody out there who has that problem. If you are starting from scratch or you have very limited access to budget, you need to leverage this boost in the creator economy by understanding your niche that you really serve and finding yourself micro-influencers and micro-creators where you will genuinely solve their problem. And then you send them your product. If you have solved the problem as well as you believe you have, these micro-influencers and smaller creators will talk about it. They are driven to share their stories online because that is what builds their brand. And if your product helps them, that will also build your brand for a way that actually builds your community around the people you help. So the timing couldn't be more perfect. Consumer spending is moving away from big brands and into purpose-driven purchases. We also have more access to tools and technology than we've ever had before, so we can genuinely launch a brand for absolutely no money. And the creator economy is exploding. If that doesn't make you jump out of your seat and download my course to get yourself set up as a business, I do not know what will. But I have worked with founders, entrepreneurs, and creators for over 16 years, and I know exactly how you're feeling. That is why I know exactly how you can get over those initial feelings of discomfort and move into a place where you are ready and willing to launch your brand right now in the best year of your life. So the first reason that I've had to combat over my many years of working with founders is that I don't have the time. And this is such a misconception. We actually have more time than ever, but we have more distractions than ever imagined. Building a brand or launching your idea does not take hours and hours and days of time. You can build your brand and start your business for as little as 20 minutes a day. That is less time than it takes to watch one episode of your favorite TV show. A lot of people fall down because they think that it takes all of your time and all of your dedication. But all it takes is just getting better 1% every single day. The best founders and the best creators know the power of marginal gains. And if you do a little bit of something every single day, you will be 365% further along in your journey than you were at the beginning of the year. If you want to know how to better use your time and focus on the things that move the needle, building a brand or your own startup whilst you're in full-time employment or still having a full day of commitments, do subscribe because I share actionable tips and tools to help you get it done in the time that you do have. The second thing I see is that I can't afford it. Building a brand is expensive. Starting a business costs money. I don't have the capital in which to do the branding, the marketing, the launch, the operations. But starting a brand or a business doesn't cost thousands. In fact, it doesn't even cost 10 British pounds. And I'm going to show you exactly how and what you can do to not only start it, but validate it so you don't waste that 10 British pounds when you could be buying something like an overpriced burger in central London. Good brand building and good business does not cost money. In fact, it never has. When we look at companies like Plenty of Fish, that was built in 2003 by one guy called Marcus Frind, who did it in his spare time and didn't spend a penny, but sold it for $575 million. Not having the capital to invest is no longer an excuse. Not in 2025, not when you have all this free technology, not when you have me. And another one I get all the time. The market is too saturated. It is easy to think that the market is full and everyone is doing their own thing. But here's the secret. Differentiation will always win. And without sounding too cheesy, you are the only you that there is. So if you have an idea, if you have a small brand, if you have a startup, it is because it is your idea. You are the only person that can translate that and do it in the same way that you would do it. You have a differentiator. You just need to understand how to translate that to your key audience. I teach all of this in my course. So do head over, check it out, but don't let thinking that market is too saturated stop you from doing anything. And the almost elephant in the room and the obstacle that I'm trying to overcome with a lot of people recently is that AI is just going to take our jobs anyway. So what is the point of putting the time, effort, and energy into building something? Well, I'm here to tell you that is categorically not true. In fact, I've already told you in one of my previous videos, but AI is not here to take your idea. AI is here to support you in taking over tasks and freeing up your time, giving you the additional information, knowledge, and research that you never had access to, so that you can focus on the things that AI will never replace: your brand story, your clear, authentic self, and your community. And that is why you need to double down on that. And again, why 2025 couldn't be the more perfect time to start your business now. So really, there's no excuse. You have the time, you have the money, you have the space in the market, and you have the pure power of who you are that can never be replaced by any tech, any AI, or any big brand. So there is nothing stopping you apart from yourself. And to try and push you out of that so you are not stopping yourself, I'm going to set you a challenge for the next 24 hours. Write down your business idea right now. And I challenge you in the next 24 hours to do one thing that moves you closer to launching that business today. Sign up for Blue Sky. Download my course. Grab yourself a Notion login. Do one thing right now that moves you one step closer. And then the day after that, do one more thing. So take this challenge, take that first step, and make 2025 the year that you launch your passion project. I'm Gina. I am here to help you wherever you are in your startup journey. So do subscribe, and follow along as I keep giving you the tools, tips, and techniques that you need to build a brand from absolute scratch or to scale from where you are.